Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and those of us who are more creative. I am the Fairest of Isle, and today is the unboxing of the Beauty Crop February, yes, I've had this for quite a while, mystery box. So, yes, got quite a few mystery boxes lately. I've just been in a bit of a mood for mystery boxes. At some point, I hope to get, it may be next month kind of time, I'm hoping to get like a little microphone thing, and then I'm going to go back to like, you know, alternative in the way I do it. I really want to start doing like my makeup while I talk about, let's say, true crime, an LGBTQ plus IA LGBTQ plus, I'm just gonna say it like that, icon or figure in history, and anything else really. Like, I don't want to just keep doing like tutorials and all that. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll do my makeup on camera, but I won't be actively talking about the makeup, if that makes sense. Anyway, let's see what's in the box. Yep. I am scoffing my face. Anyway, the first product is the Beauty Crop Headband. Fluffy, ultra soft headband, £5 in obviously the shade pink. Use me to keep your hair out of the way while doing your skincare or makeup, but still look cute with this fluffy, ultra soft headband. Okay, so it is very soft, like really, really, really soft. I actually have a green one for my skincare as well. I don't tend to use headbands that much. Like, I use it for skincare, obviously. Now I do, but I didn't used to. I use it for, I could probably use it for my glam boy makeup, because obviously I don't put my hair in a wig cap, but for makeup, my hair is covered already and out my face. So yeah, I wouldn't, like, I'm not sad that I have it, do you know what I mean? But I wouldn't pay £5 for a headband, no matter how soft it is. Next product, the Beauty Crop BBF Clear Brow Mascara Grow and Groom Clear Brow Gel. This clear brow gel has a fine mascara tip, and it volumizes, defines and tames your brows without looking stiff. Our liquid mascara gel is made from pure castor oil, vitamin E and aloe vera, which helps in nourishing the brows. It is a smudge-proof and long-lasting liquid mascara gel that dries quickly within a few seconds and lasts up to 12 hours. £5. Kind of weird that I think that a product is the same as a headband. However, as you may have noticed, I don't have eyebrows, so this is completely useless to me. So, yeah. Next product, the Sweetheart Sponge Set of makeup sponges, powder puffs and cleansing pad. Enhance your makeup routine with this set. A delightful mixture of beauty essentials to elevate your application process. This set includes 2 makeup sponges, a heart-shaped powder puff and a heart-shaped cleansing pad, crafted with love to ensure a flawless finish every time. Okay, so it says £24. Absolutely not. However, it says it's on, but then it's like crossed out, and it's obviously on offer for 15. I don't think I'd pay that much for it as well. Like, this brand is normally really affordable, but to me, that is way expensive for this. Obviously, I'd use the sponges, I'd use the powder puff. I probably wouldn't use the cleansing pad because it's just not really my thing. Like, I can't really think, like, I have to have like a towel to take off my makeup when it comes to like my drag makeup and that. It may be useful for my boy glam. I would have to give it out, but it's not something that I would pick. I wouldn't pay this much for it. I'm not gonna lie, at the minute it's not really that interesting, but there's a lot in it, so give it time. Okay, so the I can never say this, Oi cherry highlighting pom pom, a shimmery powder in a puff. A super fine all over highlighting powder that comes pre-packed in an ultra soft, forgive me, I will be back. Anyway, a super fine all over highlighting powder that comes pre-packed in an ultra soft plush cherry shaped puff. Alcohol on my mind. Designed to highlight your body from face to toe, this finely milled highlighting powder leaves your body with a glittering veil. This prismatic pink shade is universally designed to light up all skin tones. Everyone will be jealous of your glow. Okay, so I tried this out in my glam boy look. It's, for a start, it's very cute, but it's so wow packed that it is hard to get the powder out of. It's not glow to my extent, especially when I'm in drag. But it's very cute, but it's also usable because I would use it to put on, for instance, the powder that I use for drag, like the body glow powder. So I do have uses for it. £13. No, I wouldn't pay £13 for it, but it is on offer for £6. I would pay £5 for it. If I was interested in something like this, do you know what I mean? Okay, next product. The Vitamin Babe Setting Powder in the shade Pink 6. A weightless, talc-free, loose setting powder with hydrating technology that melts into skin while blurring the appearance of pores and sets makeup. It will not attach to texture or cake into creases and lines. Bonus for photo takers, no flashback. This is daily dose of the vitamin your makeup will be happy to include in your routine. Always cruelty-free, vegan and talc-free. Get ready to take on the day, babe. Choose from 11 shades. Translucent is perfect for all skin tones. Opt in for fair, light, medium, deep, rich. For more coverage, choose from pink, peach, lilac, banana lit, and banana for colour correction and extra brightening effect. Okay, so this is pink 6. Not gonna lie, I've never used a pink powder before. However, when I used it for boy glam, it seemed okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, it didn't leave a horrendous white cast or anything. So, a powder. I mean, by the way, don't know if I said it, the powder's £10, by the way, and if it's good, I would pay £10 for a powder. Okay, next product. The Glow Milk Liquid Highlighter with a pump, in the shade Peaching. A peachy shade that looks gorgeous on light to medium skin tones. Our best-selling Glow Milk just got a major upgrade. Now in a luxurious recyclable bottle with a pump to help ease dispense mess-free and create a custom glow. The new and improved liquid radiance formula glides effortlessly onto skin and lasts all day. Enriched with coconut and argan oil, Glow Milk hydrates while illuminates the skin. Formulated without parabens, fragrance, gluten, mineral oils and talc, a skin-loving formula that will give you a luxurious glow everyone won't stop talking about, and it's £15. First off, it's so fucking cute. Like, it's absolutely adorable. The brand really reminds me of a cheaper version of Beauty Bakery. It's really adorable, and I don't know why, but it makes me smile. My phone's about to go off. Okay, I'm back, and to be honest, I have no idea where I am, because does anybody else ever have the issue on TikTok of accidentally hitting the story instead of the drafts. Yeah, I literally just did that and I am so annoyed about it. So I just have to sit through the whole thing and like bloody well download it and everything from the stories, and it took forever. Anyway, so where was I? The highlighter in the shade Peaching. Anyway, yes, okay, I found it. £16. No, £15. If it's good, I would pay for it. When I use liquid highlighter for so much, so I use it on bare skin to give my skin a glow. For Glam Boy, I often have a glowy base before foundation or tint or whatever. I don't use, but for drag, like I tend to use it like just for like the highlighting on the cream stage, set it, and if it's bright enough and good enough, it should still shine through like the powder stage and all that. So I don't think I'd probably be using this like every liquid highlighter, really. I don't think I'd be using it for drag because I just don't use it for drag. I don't really use liquid highlighter for drag. So yeah, I'm gonna show you. You may see it, you may not. I don't know. It says light to medium skin. So it could work. It's that proper peachy colour. There's no fragrance to it. I probably put out quite a bit. Wow, that looks pretty cool actually. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to use it. It's actually very, very pretty. I love this sort of colour. Like, when it comes to highlighters and that, I don't know why, but I love pinky, reddy, warm toned highlighters, especially when you have like a pinky blush to go with it. Oh, that's so cool. Anyway, next product. Okay, the next product is the Peptide Calm Lip Treatment, enriched with peptides, jojoba oil and vitamin E in the shade Cherry, a deep red shade with our signature cherry scent. The peptide lip treatment is specifically formulated to deeply nourish and hydrate your lips while giving a glossy light finish. This lightweight, non-greasy formula glides on smoothly and instantly melts into your lips with a hint of a tint. Your palate will love this irresistible treat. £10. Okay, so obviously I won't be using this in this because actually I don't know. I'm sort of like this when it comes to using like lip balms and stuff before makeup because I don't want anything to like affect like breaking it down and all that. So I tend to go with like a lip primer or just exfoliate my lips. However, this will definitely get used because I will use it as a lip treatment, a lip balm and all that. Haven't tried it yet. I mean, no, I'm not gonna do it. I don't like opening skincare stuff, but do you know what I mean, before I use it? Because obviously that's when the time starts ticking for you to use it up. Depending on what it's like, I might spend £10 on it. If it's more of a lip mask, if it's just a lip balm, then no, I wouldn't pay £10 for it. But if it's like a lip mask and a lip treatment, then I probably would. It could be, yeah. If it was like a proper treatment thing, I'd probably spend like £10 on it. Okay, so the next product is the Hydrating Grippy Primer. Oh, for God's sake. What's happening? Okay, so the Our Cherries Hydrating Gripping Primer, and it's in the XXL size, so I'm gathering that's the biggest size. Oil-free and tacky red primer. An oil-free formula that helps to hydrate skin, creating a grippy base for long-lasting makeup. Nourished with cherry extract, hyaluronic acid for all-day hydration, and a unique red hue that applies clearly. Okay, sounds cool. It sort of reminds me of the Elf Jelly Pop one that they used to do. I believe it's actually on sale again. For a limited time, and like I used to love that primer. Like so many in the comment section said, Alf, you should just make it a permanent product. However, this reminds me of it. Just the look of it, not necessarily the formula, just the look of it reminds me of it. Okay, next product. Okay, so this one's a bit of a difficult one, so I'm gonna do them all and then singular. Okay, so the taste of the cherry set. Blush, eyeshadow and lip oil trio. £21, but it's £15 at the minute because it's on like sale. £21 for 3 products is, and an eyeshadow palette's one of them, is pretty cool. Say bonjour to your new 3-piece obsession. This set includes the Oi Cherry Mini Treat eyeshadow palette, the Oi Cherry Blush Compact, and the Oi Cherry Lip Oil. The Oi Cherry eyeshadow features rosy and brown tones. It has a range of 3 different finishes: velvety matte, shimmer, marble, and show-stopping duochrome. Oi Cherry Blush is a talc-free formula that seamlessly blends into skin, adds a healthy flush to the cheeks. Finish up your look with giving your pout an instant hydration with the Oi Cherry Lip Oil, an ultra hydrating lip oil enriched with cherry kernel oil, the perfect trio for when you're on the go. Okay, so I think the price is pretty good for 3 products. Okay, so I can't find the eyeshadow palette anywhere. Like the singular price of it. Well, 1 minute. No, there's no description either. So I don't know whether they just come in these trios or it's a limited edition thing, but I couldn't find the description of the palette anywhere. I'm just going to quickly swatch them all. Okay, so starting from this one. Of course, I've already used it for my glam boy look. I'm gathering this is the marble one. Yeah, it seems alright. That's that matte one. The shimmers, I mean, it's pretty, but it's not very pigmented. The shimmers are very crumbly. That one's better. The shimmers are very crumbly. I'll give you that. And that one. Okay, it said brown, right? I don't think... Rose gold, yes. I do not see brown in any of them. But yeah, it's not the best palette, but it's also not the worst. I am interested to see how it works for drag, because it was okay. It was doable for average glam. Okay, so next product is the blush from the trio. Are you gonna go off again? Okay, and the blush, the Oi Cherry Blush Dual Pressed Mineral Blush, £8, Peach Paris, sorry. A warm peach outer with a complementary deep coral blush in the core. This blush is all you need to achieve a natural radiant blush. The talc-free formula features a deep core colour encircled by paler complementary hue, perfect for creating a gorgeous glow. Available in 3 stunning shades: Peach Paris, a coral peach, Mauve Marcel, something like that, a cool pink, and Merlot Mason, a rich masala hue. Okay, so So, when I can open it, it's very, very light. Very, very light. Like, it, I'm not going to give too much away, but it surprised me, though. I will say that in my glam boy look. But, like, this is the paler shade. I could use that as under eye setting powder. And that's meant to be a blush. As for this one, it's literally the colour of my finger near enough. So, it's a bit scary for drag because that to me is not going to show up and I need blush for my drag. However, I do like the concept of it. I think all blushes should come with a darker shade and a lighter shade because, like, well, obviously not, because some people like an all one colour blush, which I do as well. But many like ombre blush, so like you have darker in the centre, lighter as you blush it out and all that. So I think that the pan is, while I still really don't like the whole togetherness, but because it's the same formula, it's not that bad. But I think it's a good idea in the sense of it's a good go-to if you're an ombre blush kind of person. Yeah, I am interested once again, like the palette, to see how this will work. And the final product from this little trio is the lip oil. I have tried these before. This is the only product I have tried before. And this is just a clear lip oil, an oil cherry lip oil, hydrating lip oil, £10 in the shade Glow. An essential clear oil that adds a lovely gloss on its own, or perfect when you choose your, or perfect with your choice of lip liner or lipstick. Say bonjour to your new lip obsession. It is a moisture-rich lip treatment that enhances your pout and natural colour. Enriched with lip-loving cherry oil, blend that helps keep your lips unbelievably soft and nourished. Oil cherry is Scar Bleu, something like that. It's a pH colour changing oil. Oh, okay, that's just about another shade, actually. And it's talking about how it adjusts to, like, the pH in your lips and all that. Not this one. Okay, so, lip oil. Because I've tried this before and reviewed it before, it's a nice lip oil. Not the most crazy, like, shine or anything. However, I hate the applicator. The applicator is very tiny, very hard, and very difficult to like put on. You have to go in a lot because it doesn't hold product a lot, and if you have bigger lips, it takes longer to cover them. Okay, so the final product is the Strawberry Daiquiri eyeshadow palette featuring 12 highly pigmented shades, £16. I have to admit, sometimes the prices seem to be all over the place. Like, don't get me wrong, £16 is great for an eyeshadow palette if it's good. But like, when I think of like the sponge set, I'm like, why is that so expensive? Like, I would understand an eyeshadow palette being more expensive than a sponge set. Anyway, as delicious as our favourite cocktail concoction, the Strawberry Daiquiri Palette's pressed pigment palette features 12 tantalising, buttery and highly pigmented shades in 4 different finishes: velvety matte, creamy metallic, cream to powder shimmer and long wearing glitter. This richly toned palette features 12 versatile red and pink shades that can be layered in infinity ways to create a vast array of looks with just one palette. Whether you are getting party ready, or you fancy a subtle casual look, layer different textures to create a unique combination for show-stopping effect. Be bold and finish off the look with a glitter topper to create a dazzling sweet look, guilt-free. Okay, so yeah, This palette's very cute. I remember it well. So, there we are. Very warm tone. While I'm not the biggest pink person, I like a warm tone palette. Can't. I don't really remember, to be honest, even though it wasn't that long ago I used it. But anyway, let's swatch. Shaken, ripe, strawberry, and rum. I have to admit, that was it. That was the flaw that I had with it. A lot like the little palette as well. The mattes seem to be like, the colours are very different from like finger to pan. Like that end one looks way darker than it actually is when you use it. So like, yeah, like I don't think the colours from the pans translate well, if that makes sense. And like that's for shimmers as well, because there was that dark shimmer in the smaller palette that seemed to be like, it didn't translate into a darker shimmer. It seemed a lot lighter than it actually was. Anyway, okay, so sweet. That is literally, oh no, you can't see it. Frozen. Oh, that's not that great, I'm not gonna lie. Tempting. And cheers. That's pretty. Okay. And on to the final row. I'm just trying to get the shadow off my fingers. Okay, so no, it's sour. I mean, I've got to use the glitter, right? That's so cool. Sugar. That is bright. Fresh. And mixer. Okay, so I'm definitely excited about the shimmer. It's a cute palette. It's definitely a cute palette. I will have to see how it goes, really. So that is the final product from the mystery box, and as usual, it's a good collection. I will say that. Like, beauty, even though I've only had two. Well, this is my first box from their actual site. The other ones I got from Beauty Bay. It's all very like wow pat, like you get a lot of products for your money. Also, this isn't a part of the box at all, but I will be reviewing another Huda Beauty cheeky tint in the shade Rebel Red, and I'm hoping this will obviously give this more colour, if you know what I mean. So yes, I'm gonna go to the place of the first product and then do it on camera. Okay, so the first product is obviously the gripping primer. So when I used this for Boy Glam, I treated it very much the way I keep forgetting that. I really expected it to have a pump, and like I should know already that it doesn't, but I'm still surprised that it doesn't. By the way, I've took the filter off, as you can tell. Oh god, it's not. Is it a filter? I suppose so. I don't know. The smoothing effect off of TikTok. Listen, I hate technology. I don't know anything about it. Now, anyway, I used it a lot like the Power Grip, the e.l.f. Power Grip one, because gripping, I assumed, yeah. At first, I was kind of shocked by it, because it feels very, like, for starters, it's so bright. It feels strangely velvety, even though it's gel. But it did become, and at first, like, I was like, this is not sticky at all. If anything, it feels really smooth. However, as you massage it into your face, it becomes sticky. Like, to the point, like, it's not as sticky as the e.l.f. Power Grip one, but it's also definitely another option for me because it is sticky. Like, really sticky, but not, it's weird because it is sticky, but like, it's a different kind of sticky to the e.l.f. one that I'm used to. But I like it. It gives the skin a glow. It's definitely going to stick to the foundation. And yeah, like, it is weird though how it feels when it feels almost more velvety than gel-like. And when it goes on, it doesn't feel sticky at all. It feels like really slippery kind of sort of feeling to it. However, as you like thing it into your skin, it just becomes really sticky, I guess. It's also very much clear and not bright red, as you can tell. Next product. Okay, so taking one of the sponges from the Sweetheart sponge set. I'm gonna buff in the foundation. So, I don't really know how to go about reviewing a sponge. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna be shocked because what sponge doesn't work? They're soft, I guess. It's not. I've had sponges before that were like absolutely. Now I think about it, there is one flaw. Like, there is some sponges that absolutely like eat the product, and of course all sponges of this material are going to do that to a certain degree. This one seems to be doing it a bit. Because I always judge that on how far the liquid foundation I use to help mix in the Krylon paint stick and make it a bit darker because it's a bit light for me. How far it lasts, and like one pump will cover half my face. This is struggling to do that half. So I know that the sponge is definitely eating quite a bit of it. Yeah, like, I don't really know what else to say. Like, it's a makeup sponge. But yeah, okay. So, that's my review of the sponge. Okay, so next product. This is obviously not from the box, the Huda Beauty Cheeky Tint Stick in Rebel Red, but I want to review it anyway. As you know, as I always say, I normally do an ombre blush where it's very pigmented in the inner corner around my eye socket, and then blends out to be a bright, lighter colour. However, obviously I only have one blush here, so it's going to be a solid colour. This one is quite different because all the others have like a peachy, pinky kind of undertone to them. Like, I've done Perky Peach, Coral Cutie and Proud Pink, and the Proud Pink was definitely not like a hot pink, it was like peachy pink kind of thing. So they've all had like similar undertones, but I love a good peachy corally blush, so they were great. This is obviously much more darker, but I do like it because it has like a purple hint to this red. And like, once again, I would have preferred it to be like, with the name, I would want it to be more red, if that makes sense. But it's got like a berry purpley hint to it that I also like. So of course this is also completely usable. These I would probably, like, this is for every one of these so far. I would probably use these more as the outer sides of the blush, but also I mean, as you can see, I can very much build it up to a pigmented place. But they work well either way, and I actually really like them. And that's why I brought them all. Okay, I'm going to stop about there. I did probably put a bit more on that side, but oh well. Because I do still want to try and put the blush into my eyes. Into my eyes and all that. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I knew I was going to like it because I like these products, but yes. Okay, so next product. Okay, so the next product would be the liquid highlighter. I'm going to go in with my finger because I've just realised recently that for some reason sponges and liquid highlighters seem to screw things up for me, and I don't know why. I normally don't do both sides on camera, so I don't know why I did that, but oh well. It's not as, it doesn't look as pigmented as it did on my hand, I'm not gonna lie. I might take blush brush and tap it in. Oh, I thought it was breaking up then. I was gonna say I was gonna scream. I wouldn't scream, I'm not going out anywhere, but I would be pissed off. Oh, actually, it's quite bright. It's very, very strange, really. It's not like normally it's very pigmented, like from the offset, you know what I mean? But it actually seems to get brighter once you've buffed it out. It's quite weird in the way it's quite opposite to what liquid highlighters normally do. Okay. In future, I think I'm just going to do that with liquid highlighter. I'm going to put it on with my finger and then buff it out with my blush brush. It is very pretty. I take it back, actually, what I said about it. It's actually quite pretty. Gives you that very wet look. I'm interested to see what it looks like once I've powdered and see if the shine still shines through it. Okay, next product. Okay, so this is a stage that I fear a little bit because it's the it's the powdering stage with the powder, so I'm going to take the puff and this. It's very light pink-ish sort of colour, but it's not translucent, so I'm not really that nervous about it. My dog's losing its mind, forgive me. Okay, so I'm going to remove the... oh, come on. I removed the sifter the other day when I used it for my glam boy look, and now it's not coming out. Okay, finally, I got it out. So, yes, it's a very pale pinky colour, but I'm glad it's not, like, white, because it could, like, translucent, because that has the threat of really leaving an white cast. However, this is the way I use powder. So I set with pressed powder, like the high points of my face, and then I go in and powder like this. Like, I don't use this kind of powder to set anymore because I found like it just left white everywhere and I didn't like the way it did it. So I've already used this sponge, as you can tell, for my glam boy look. It's average sponge that comes with the powder, but I'm going to be using this for this one. If it fits. Yes, it but yeah, like, no drag artist likes sifters, in my opinion, if you're normal. A normal drag artist doesn't. So I'm pretty sure, if I remember, yeah, like I don't know why I said I was worried, because I remembered that now, that when I set, it does look a bit scary at first, because it looks like it will just stay white, but once you brush it away, it's different. It doesn't stay there. Okay, that sponge feels very soft and very nice, but obviously it doesn't fit in the thing, so I'm just going to use this one. My Cody Air Spun container's bigger, so it shouldn't be a problem for that one. I am actually remembering just how mattifying this powder is. It's actually quite cool. It actually gives me, I don't think it's as good, but it actually does give me a slight like dupe for the Cody Airspun one, with how mattifying and like filling, and how much it blurs your pores as well. I will say, it's very finely milled though, so it goes everywhere, and something that hits the back of your throat as well. Okay, I think I am done with it. And I may look into their powders, because it may be a cheaper option, because Cody Airspun's like cheap in like the States and that, but here you can only get it on Amazon and it's more expensive. However, I will say, though it is very matte, it takes the shine out of everything. Like, that's where the highlight was. You can see a subtle glow still, but it's nothing compared to what it was. Which, I mean, mattifying, it's good, especially for drag, so. Okay, next product. I've been given a McDonald's. I'm so happy. Anyway, so this is the blush, and even though it's incredibly light, that is the difference. It's strangely pigmented and colourful. Definitely helps with the red cream blush underneath. I feel like it wouldn't be anywhere near this colour if not. But it just gives that red blush a bit more of a peachy, corally kind of shade that I like. I didn't even bother trying to use the different kinds. I just swirled the brush. It's very powdery, I will tell you that. And I just stamped it first to build up the pigment. And I'm not gonna lie, it does take a while. But I am strangely shocked at how, well, no, I'm not. I'm shocked at how strangely, like, pigmented it is and how much it shows up on my skin. Like, I didn't expect it to show up on my skin. But yeah, I just sat and stamped quite a bit at first. And I don't know whether it's this blush or that liquid highlighter, but it has a very, like, it's very soft and almost glowy like, but like, it's incredibly matte. The formula is incredibly matte, so it can't be the blush, so it must be that highlighter. And it's not the Huda blush either, because the Huda blush doesn't do that. I've used it plenty of times before to know that. So it must be that highlighter. It's actually really pretty. I can't stop staring at it. Okay, so now I just I now brush it out a bit to soften it so it's not so built up pigment. Forgive me that they're being so loud. As usual, everyone comes round when I am doing my stuff. I do feel like this side's a lot more pigmented and... Come on, get to the... Oh, good enough, I can't be bothered. It is, I will say, it does take a long time to build up. I have to admit, I'm also getting further and further, like, in this part of my eye, and I don't know why. I don't know what caused me to do that, but oh well. Okay, I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it, even though it's so much darker. It's pissing me off. It's as good as I'm gonna get it, I think. Anyway, yeah. I strangely like it, even though it's for drag. I really have to sit and build it up. It's good for glam looks, so I'm surprised by it. I'm not gonna lie. Looking at it and swatching it, I thought, absolutely not. Okay, so next product. Okay, so I am back, and this is the eye I've come up with. I totally bodged up the placement of the rhinestones. Oh well, yeah, it doesn't matter, I don't care. Yeah. Like, I'm used to palettes that do stuff for me. These take a bit more working. The problem is that while they're all very pigmented, most, like, matte wise, they all just seem to blend into one colour. Therefore, I found it quite hard to do, like, the separation on that. I really like the glitter in this palette. I decided to use it as the glitter in my crease because if I don't actively look for eyeshadows with glitter in the pan like this. I normally use loose glitter, but I thought, you know, it's glitter, so I'm gonna have to use it in the crease. Okay, so I'll show you how I did it. Lately, I have not been liking my eyes. It's just something that I've not been for. But, you know, this is what happens when you you try new products. They're not always a sleigh. Okay, so all over the base, I took this one here in the little palette because how dare it cut me off like that. Anyway, yeah, I put this light one all over the lid because I thought it'd be the closest to the blush shade. However, I will tell you now, because the eyeshadows are so pigmented, the blush has most definitely lost its pow. Like, it doesn't feel like I've got enough blush on now. But, oh well. So I picked this one because, as I said, I want to try and put the blush into my eye and all that. And while I thought this was quite a good match, to be honest with you, so I literally put it all over. And then was that it? No, on there. One sec. Well, for some reason my phone's going wild. There we are, thank you. Okay, so after I did that, I took the shade Tempting in the Strawberry Daiquiri palette, and I have to admit also some of the matte shades get like that. Tempting and Rum have both done it. They get like a sandpaper-like feel to them, which is weird. Okay, so I put Tempting on the inner corner, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm only doing this because this is what I did. I technically because they all seem to just blend together. I could technically just use 1 or 2 shades, but I'm going to show you how I did it, so. There we are. It's pigmented, but it's not the best at, like, moving it, if that makes sense. I then took a fluffier brush and I took the exact same tempting shade. This one has gone really, really bumpy and weird. I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but like, it's gone all like sandpaper-like. Oh, for God's sake, honestly, phone, please stop. This is stressful enough as it is. Okay, so, this is, oh God, I nearly knocked my mirror over then. Let's move this round a bit. And as usual, I buffed it up until it hit the brow. Just blowing out, fallout. I don't know where I put my little brush. I'm just gonna have to do a bit with this one. So literally right round like that. I'm just like scratching the pan, because sometimes when you scratch the pan, it releases more pigment, and sometimes for some reason when you do that releasing more pigment, it also blends easier. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it. It's alright. They're just not the easiest to work with. They do work, but I wouldn't recommend for beginners. Like, it's not a beginner friendly palette in my opinion. I then took the shade, this one, in this palette, the darkest one there, and I use this to do the end of it, basically. Take the fluffy brush I used, the card. So this is like this is like the brush I used for this colour in particular, and look, it looks near enough the same as that one. Yeah, that's that one. It's like that bright reddy pinky colour, and I'm using the dark matte at the end. They look nothing alike, yet for some reason on the eye they translate to be near enough the same colour, and it's very, very weird. Yeah, it's for some reason just not. I'm just scratching the palette, the pan again. And the problem is though, that number one, you don't want to be scratching the pan because you want your eyeshadow to work straight off. But also, like, you're wasting product, aren't you? Like, you're wasting powder. But it just doesn't seem to work if I don't scratch it and get the loose pigment. Okay, so that works. It's gone a bit better now. It's very strange because, like, normally you expect this sort of like difficult movement and that to be when you're dealing with a shade that's not as pigmented and like is sheerer, but these are very pigmented. They just are difficult to work with. Okay. Taking a different fluffier brush. Oh, for God's sake, I just dropped it off. So I don't need those two anymore. Taking the other fluffy brush, I took the shade. I took the shade, that light pinky one that I used all over the base. To try and blend the top out a bit. Like that. And it's working okay. It's as good as last time. But it all just seems to go into one colour, do you know what I mean? Like, you can softly see it, and like, as softly as you can see it, it's as soft as it looks to me as well. Okay, that's as good as I'm gonna get it. I then cut my lid. Not literally, but you know what I mean. And I'm going to do it off camera. Okay, finally, thank you. My phone went all weird for a minute and I had no idea what was wrong with it. With the lid cut, I will do the glitterness thing. It's very, very weird because while it seems alright on the crease, but then again, I did use glue, but I thought that the primer, with it being tacky, would do enough of the holding for it, but clearly, obviously not. I'll just pile a bit more on, bit more on. So with the pressed glitter in Sour, I literally just pressed it onto the lid. My phone, it keeps going in slow motion and I have no idea why. Anyway. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of pressed glitter. I like glitter, absolutely. What drag queen doesn't? But like, it's just so, I don't know, I feel like I have more control over loose glitter because I use eyelash glue, but you can use like the glitter glue and everything. And don't get me wrong, I could have put eyelash glue under it, but I don't want eyelash glue all over my eyelid. It's very crumbly, I will give you that. For a pressed glitter, it's probably more a little bit loose glittery like, but it does its job. Well, it will for today. I wouldn't wear it out in drag, like for a performance or whatever. Okay, I believe I stopped about there. It is very pretty though. It's got like green shifts in it. Like, it looks gold on there, but it's in like, looking in my mirror, it's like proper green. Like, it's almost vibrant green. That's why I picked green rhinestones. I'm really pissed off at how I placed them. I wasn't meant to place them like this. Okay, with that done, I took the shade Sugar, the bright pink. I swear to God, this camera. Well, it's not a camera on my phone, it's being weird. So this, however, is a strangely very, very pigmented shimmer, because all the shimmers tend to be quite soft and topper-like. This is like proper pigment shimmer. And I just sort of put it along this part here. And for a change, I didn't take it all the way to the end. I stopped it about there because I wanted to use as many shades as possible in the palette. in the palettes, should I say. I'm going to say about there I stopped. I then took in the little palette, I took, where are you? I took this the marbly kind of shade. By the way, this said duochrome at some point. I don't know which one's meant to be duochrome because none of them are duochrome to me. They're all very topper shimmer like kind of colour, with kind of formulas. I'm gonna have to wet it. It's so soft compared to what I want, but I don't have a choice in the matter. You can barely see it this side. I also have to admit, I'm beginning to think the shimmers also lose their whatever bling they have after a while. Like, once it's been put on after a while. I then took the shade Cheers. I'm sure it was Cheers. Doesn't really matter because, to be honest with you, they're all very similar. They don't look similar in the palette, but for some reason a lot of them swatch into similar looking shades. And I just took this brush and buffed it softly into the bright pink, because I just want to see, basically try as many shades as I can without having to do two different eyes, because I don't really want to do that. Okay, good enough. Okay, with that done, I am going to do the eyeliner off camera, because I'm not a psycho. Well, not psycho enough to do eyeliner on camera anyway. Okay, with that done, I then took the, oh god, darkest shade in this palette, and I buffed it along the lower lash line. This, if it goes anything like this side, this is where you'll see it firsthand, where they just all seem to end up in one colour, instead of, like, I want you to blend together, but I don't want you to be one colour. So I then took this one and attempted to buff it out. Like, I don't know if you can see it happening, but I can already see it happening. It's all becoming one colour again. But, oh well. This side's definitely gone better than that one. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, good enough. Okay, so I now do the inner corner. The inner corner is a mix of everything, because it was, I have a really bright, blingy inner corner, and I just could not get it for the life of me. It just did not want to communicate. None of the shades in the strawberry daiquiri one are light enough to be an inner corner, so I basically ended up trying to mix these two into something. And as you can tell, it's not very successful, but it's literally the only thing I had. And it got so cakey, but I was determined for it to get somewhere decent. I do also want to remind you that, of course, as a drag performer, I definitely abuse makeup. So this could just be the fact that this makeup isn't meant to be used this way. However, I would think for a pressed pigment palette, it could very much be used by drag eyes. I just got black everywhere from the eyeliner. For God's sake. I'm gonna have to go back in with the silver glitter. The pressed glitter. Why? Oh, good enough, just disguise it. That is as good as I'm gonna get it. And I'm gonna have to let the rhinestone do the talking. I nearly forgot the bloody brow bone then. I took the exact same one for the inner corner shades, and because even though this looks wild dark, I knew it wasn't that dark. I used it for the brow bone because it has that reflectiveness, but like I just knew that it wasn't as dark as it looked in the pan, basically. Oh, my phone's about to die. Okay, so with that, I then took a small brush and just buffed it, like on. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna take this one because it's got a bit of the powder in, because I'm gonna need it. I'm just trying to buff the two together. Once again, it really did not like doing this, as you can tell. But, oh well. And then I took the pressed glitter with the eyelash glue. I'm gonna just put them in there for now. So, doing exactly what I normally do with the loose glitters that I have, I just went along the edge, and I just thought, you know what, this might look quite cool by the end because it's gonna look like it's bled from the front into the back of the eye, into the back, and it somewhat has done that. It's not that successful, but it somewhat worked. Okay. Like, I feel like I'm being an arsehole about it, but it's just, I think it comes to the level of it's just not up to my standards. That makes me sound like such an arsehole, but I expect a certain amount. Like, being a drag queen, you need, in my opinion, as the drag that I do, I want bold, bright, blinging colours that you can see from stage, but I also need them to blend. Like, I don't want them just to sit there, and I feel like that is a flaw of this palette, that they seem to just sit in one place, and when you try to blend them out, they'll at one point cry uncle and let you blend them, but they will just blend into one colour. And this glitter, God, it is difficult to work with. Like, it's very pretty, and I am definitely going to look for a colour like this, but it just does not. Like, it's so crumbly. Like, you would think that loose glitter gets everywhere, and sometimes it does. You would think with pressed glitter it would have a bit more structure to it, and to be honest, I feel like this is worse than loose glitter. Working with loose glitter, this is very, very messy, but I think I've done it. Okay. Oh, it's just not as chunky and in your face as I want it to be, like normal, but oh well. I made an decision and now I've got to stick with it. Okay. Because I can't stand it, like, I literally can't, it's hurting my soul, I'm going to take from the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Scar palette, the pink Purity highlighter, and I am putting this on. I'm sorry, but I need something. I already put the rhinestone on there, for God's sake. Oh well. Just that bit more spark that I want. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so am I done? I've got rhinestones to put on. Mascara, and I can do all that off camera. So I will be back to do the lips. It is the lips, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, so for lips, I'm gonna do exactly what I did for the Glam Boy look. I actually lined in a darker one, vintage, but this is in the shade Heather from the Beauty Bay lip liners, and I'm going to use this, the Huda Beauty cheeky tint I used, as a lipstick balm thing, because they recommend that it can be used on the cheeks, it can be used on the lips. I will say I do not like these for lips. Like, they're just not. This one was a bit better because I don't know if it's because it's darker, but the Coral Cutie, Perky Peach and Proud Pink, it just looks like patchy highlighter on your lips. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very glossy and all that, but like, they're too light for me. And it just doesn't blend the same way with lip liner. However, because this one's darker, it didn't look as bad. It didn't when I did Body Glam anyway. It just gives a really satiny sort of finish. Borderline gloss. Like, I did use a darker lip liner though, so this could still go very bad. And just like the just like the cheeks, it does take a while to build up. But instead of a red, I get it to more of a warm tone nude on me. I think I actually like it more with this lip liner. It seems, with the darker one, it just seemed to not want to blend. Wow. And like, it just left a really prominent dark outline, which I cannot stand when people lip line like that. Which tends to be a go-to for drag queens for some reason. I absolutely despise it. I don't know what it is, it's just something about it. Okay, so that was the lip, and the last thing is the lip oil. As I've said, tried these before. They smell nice, but they're so strong. I wish, I don't really remember actually if they disappear or not. You know, dissipate. And I hope they do, because while it smells nice, I don't want it there forever. I have to go in several times because the applicator does not hold a lot of product. And it's very small, very hard, and who likes that? Anyway, Sorry, my mind went to a dirty place. Yeah, so they're okay lip oils. I just don't like the applicator. Okay, so I'm going to put on some drag. Even though, you know, halfway, I mean, people would class this as drag, right? I mean, it says Galian. Anyway, gonna put on some drag and I will be right back. Okay, and I am back, here. Not back, how dare I insult myself. Okay, so, anyway, sorry, I was busy gazing at myself. I totally forgot, I'm distracting myself. Oh, this makeup may not be the best, but I am always the best. Anyway, so, my opinion on this box. So, for £34, I'm not gonna lie, haven't added up the value yet. It'll be on the screen somewhere, you'll know before I know, but I'm 100% sure it'll be worth it, because they always are. It's about to go off. How dare you cut me off? I hope you're very proud of yourself. Rude. Anyway, so I'm quickly going to go through it. The sponge set, not worth the money, but it's very cute. But I wouldn't pay, what was it, like £21 for sponges. No thank you. Headband, £5. Wouldn't pay £5 for a headband, but I'm glad I have it. It's very soft and very cute. The powder surprisingly worked very well. Maybe I should look into pink powders. Who would have thought? This was a very big surprise, and I very much like it. I may even keep it in my drag makeup for liquid highlighter because it worked fairly well. Actually, I was very impressed by it. Don't have eyebrows, so that was useless. Lip oil. You remember what I said. It's a decent lip oil, just don't like the applicator. Haven't tried this yet. I doubt it's, at worst, it's going to be an average lip balm. At the best, a really good lip mask. Blush, very surprising. I did not expect this to show up at all, but it did. Okay. And to be honest, sadly, I think the most disappointing products of this box will have to be the palettes. And it's really quite sad, because they tend to be the highlights. But, you know, they're usable. I got a look out of them. But would I actively reach for them again? Probably not. Like, this is something... I don't want to say it reminds me of Claire's, but it a little bit reminds me of Claire's, just a bit more pigmented. It's just very difficult to work with, do you know what I mean? And it's very much about the aesthetic, because that looks very beautiful, doesn't it? But so many of these colours end up being the same colour because they just blend out like crazy. But then also they don't blend at the same time. It's very, very weird because it like sticks, do you know what I mean? But then at some point it goes, okay, I give in, and then it all just becomes one colour. While it's a very pretty glitter, it's a nightmare to work with, and I won't be doing it again. That one by far is the best shade in the entire palette, which is weird because actually no, I'm trying to work out which ones I like the best, if it was the mattes or the shimmers, because most of the shimmers aren't really shimmers, they're like topper kind of formula, like they're quite sheer but they're pretty. The mattes, they're very pigmented, but then they do that whole don't want to blend and then okay, we'll blend and we'll blend all together. So I think that my favourites will have to be the shimmers, even though they're sheerer than I would like. That one, however, to me, that one doesn't belong in this palette because that one's so much better than the rest of them. But it's a very cute palette. Out of them both, of course, I'd probably keep this one the most because I'd probably get the most use out of them because I could use them singular. But like, to be honest with you, I I don't really like either of them, and it's really sad because I think this one is absolutely adorable. But yeah, like, I'm sort of in the middle whether I'm gonna keep them or not, because I don't think they work for drag, but they work better for like my glam boy looks and all that. I think I'm gonna try them singular, so like on their own. So I look with this palette, then I look with this palette, and see then. Once I've worked out if I like them or not, I'm gonna obviously either keep them or give them to one of my. I was gonna say one of my siblings. My brother definitely doesn't want it. My sister or my mother. Okay, so yeah, that's the box, and I'm indifferent. Like, there's a lot that I like in it, and there's a lot that I dislike in it. So, and I don't really. Do I dislike? Disappointed more. Maybe I don't dislike, 'cause that means I hate them. But like, I'm disappointed, I guess. But there's also a lot that I like, so I'm in the middle. I'm not exactly upset about it, and I'm not exactly thrilled about it either. I'm just sort of like. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Oh my god, no, I won't see you next time. Even though I will see you next time. I forgot something else. The highlighting cherry thing. Oops. Okay, so I've already said way back at the start of this that the powder just does not want to come out. It's just not. Oh, I may have hit the jackpot. I may have finally got a bit of it out. But like, it just wouldn't come out at the start. Like, I was basically beating it up and it wasn't cooperating. But it seems to be working now. It's still not as crazy as I like my glow, especially in drag, but it's got its uses, because as I said, I would definitely just also use it in my already made up glow powder. So yeah, it's cute. I mean look at it, it's adorable. Okay, so now, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. It's weird saying it twice.